What is up, YouTube? Brandon Rogers here with Chili Dog Motorsports, and we are back in my garage today with the Sportster chopper. Today we're going to go ahead and mount the rear fender that came with our Throttle Addiction hardtail kit. Stay tuned, we'll show you how to mount yours too. Now, some tools you might find helpful today are some stuff to measure with, something to drill with, an assortment of drill bits, some kind of cutting fluid for drilling, a center punch, and some odds and ends for deburring. So the first thing we are going to do here, I have the frame blocked up so it's off the floor a little bit. I'm personally going to use a combination square. You can just use a tape measure to take a measurement. That works too. I like the combo square because you can just lock a measurement in, not really think about it anymore. But I want the bottom of my fender to be flush with the bottom of this bar here. So I'm just going to set my square down there and set the depth here into the center of that hole. And then we can lock it in. And we can transfer that measurement right to our fender. And now we can take our square with that measurement still locked in and scribe a perfect line at the depth we need to. Pro tip, I didn't know this for many years and I'm kind of embarrassed by it. But most combo squares have a built-in scribe, which is pretty handy. We're going to go ahead and just butt that up against the bottom of the fender there. Scribe a little line in there, and then we'll take a measurement side to side, get it perfectly centered up, and that's where we'll drill a hole. So now we can go ahead and measure the width of our fender, set our square to roughly half. What I like to do is just come on one side, scribe a line, come around to the other side, measure it again, and make sure that lines up still. And if it lines up both sides, you know you got exactly center. And I went ahead and scribed those lines a little bit darker so we can see them a little better. Now we can go ahead and take a center punch and make a nice little dimple for us to drill into. Just right on those crosshairs. And then we can go ahead and drill a pilot hole. And then go ahead and open up that pilot hole to 3/8. Use a little bit of WD-40 as cutting fluid. And then deburr our hole. And now we can go ahead and get the first bolt of our fender on. And note there is a spacer that came with our kit. We are going to go ahead and do that. Go, just get it on loosely. And now if you have a king queen seat like I do, we're going to go ahead and put that on now, because that is going to locate the angle of our sissy bar, which we've also just got temporarily in there. It's going to locate the angle of our sissy bar, which does have two holes we need to drill into the fender. So it's important to have that located. Alright, we're gonna have to work at that a little. That is an extremely tight fit. Yeah, So that is our first fitment issue already. Oh, drop everything, Jesus. So the fender bottoms out against that thing, and that spacer isn't even close to long enough somehow. So I'm gonna have to play with that, figure that out. And yeah, hopefully it's just me. Yeah, we're gonna figure that out, and then we'll come back. All right. So I did talk to Throttle Addiction, and they said the radius of this fender has changed to match the profile of the tire better. They've changed changes in their newer kits, which means we need a longer spacer at the bottom, or they also suggested making slits in the sidewalls of the fender and kind of opening it up somewhere down there where it'll be hidden a little bit. I think we're going to try and go with a longer spacer on ours, and it looks like the 2 spacers they sent us, looks like that will take up the gap pretty good. But then that leaves us the problem we don't have our small spacer for the top up here. So we will have to make a longer spacer for the bottom. That way we still have our short spacer for the top. I'm hoping my wheel fits in here. The right thing to do would be assemble your rear wheel and test fit it and make sure it fits. We're not going to do that. We're risking it. We're going to risk it all here. We're gambling. So I'm going to take both the long and short spacer that came in our kit, get the bottom of the fender here bolted up, so then we can start match marking the rest of the holes in the fender, get those drilled. Then eventually we'll have to make a new spacer, as I said. But for now, we're just gonna work with what we got on hand. That bolt might not be long enough. Sucks, but let's get that. Yeah, this is like a real tight fit in here. There we go. That is in. Of course, our nut won't go on. This will be a lot easier with somebody else here to help hold stuff. I feel like it's a reoccurring theme in my garage. And this is just hardware to mock it up. I would not suggest putting the bolts through the fender this way. I would suggest putting it the other way and probably use a button head. That way, if your tire ever rubs it, you don't cut a groove in your tire. That will be a bad day. I think we're going to send it and hope for the best. So now that we have our bottom of our fender bolted in, king queen seat on, sissy bar on, everything bolted together and tight, and I think where we want it, we can go ahead and match mark the bolt holes for the strap on the sissy bar and match mark the hole for the upper tab here. Get those drilled out and hope to God it fucking still fits together after painting all that. Alright, we are just going to send it. Because worst comes to worst, we have to plug weld some bolt holes and change the radius of the fender and redrill the holes. Not even really that big of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure the fender is centered. And we're just going to measure, it's about 3 inches to the outside of the tube. about 3" to the outside of the tube. Let's see. Does it look centered? We don't care if it's actually centered as long as it looks centered. I'm just looking down the between the sissy bar, the frame, the king queen seat, just making sure that fender looks centered up in all of that. I don't know. It looks centered to me. That's all that matters here, is what it looks like to me. Don't matter what it looked like to you. Just kidding. Yeah, it matters. So now we're going to go ahead, match mark some holes. Fender strut mount. Really not a fan of the fitment of that. That's not fucking great. Sorry, Throttle Addiction. Just giving my honest answers. Show you what I'm looking at. So I had to mark through those holes. I'm not a fan of that big gap there between the brace and the fender. Like, I feel like that profile could have been made a little better, you know? But that's also me. I don't know. Alright, and now we have our holes match marked. Let's go ahead and take this all apart again. Start drilling some holes and hoping for the fucking best. Dude, I honestly don't know how you're ever supposed to get this seat off without taking the fender off. I guess you can go up underneath and take that tab off. I was like thinking about that. I was like, dude, how would you get that off? Like, especially on the side of the road if you needed to get to your battery. I guess you just go underneath and... Oh no, you wouldn't be able to get to those because your battery would be there. Dude, that kind of sucks. You'd have to like take your sissy bar off and then take your fender off to get the seat off. Unless there's like something I'm missing. If there's something I'm missing, leave a comment down below. But anyways, let's get this all apart. And get some holes drilled. Alright, so we have gone ahead and drilled our upper hole. We've got our lower hole still. Gonna test fit it back up. Make sure our sissy bar holes still line up where they need to. I'm just going to drop a bolt loosely in there. Okay, get this bolt out of there. Get this bolt out of here. Get our seat back on. Now we can get this bolt back in there. Loosely drop this bolt in here. Line our sissy bar up. Get this bolt loosely in there. Okay, all that's in, lined up. Looks like our sissy bar holes still line up. I would say we're good to go ahead and drill those through. Get it all ready for final mock-up. Alright, well, my microphone died partway through that. I am sorry. So we got both of our lower and upper bolts in. We got our 2 bolts for our sissy bar. We got our sissy bar bolt in. I did have to suck these all the way down for this one to line up, but that's not a big deal. But as you see, everything lines up, and actually lines up a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I thought there was gonna be a big gap between the seat and the fender there, but as it turns out, I was just being paranoid. Alright, so for the rear fender here, I had to chop quite a bit off the back to keep it from rubbing on the tire. And I did have to slit the sidewall of the fender like we talked about, and just sent that bolt home to open it up a little bit to mainly just give me some more room for this adjuster here to actually slide back and forth all the way. Just because I don't know, I kind of thought it was pointless to have all that adjuster and the wheel wouldn't actually utilize all of it. Now, some of this could be because I am running a fairly tall sidewall, so it is going to fit. I knew it was going to fit real tight in there, but yeah, so I did have to modify it a little bit, but that is basically specifically for but how I am running mine. Yours might be different. The stock tire and stuff might fit in here way better. I'm not sure because I haven't tried to mock up my stock tire. And there you have it. Now you got a sweet flat trailer fender on your custom chopper. If you like the parts we used today, we're going to link them all down below so you can get them, put them on your custom chopper too. We truly appreciate each and every one of you watching our videos, but now's about the time in the video you need to get out of my garage. Get on out of here. Go on now. Go on and go build a chopper. Stop watching me. Jeez.